You have seen train tracks your entire life, the rails, the wooden sleepers, and those millions of grey stones sitting underneath everything. You probably never thought twice about them. But those stones are one of the most important engineering decisions in the history of transportation. Remove them and the entire railway system collapses. Today we find out why. The stones you see on train tracks have a name. They are called ballast, and their first job is to hold everything in place. A train can weigh anywhere from 500 to 20,000 tons. When that weight moves across the track at high speed, it creates enormous vibration and force. Without ballast, the rails and sleepers would shift, sink, and move under that pressure. The track would become uneven, unstable, and extremely dangerous within days. The ballast locks everything together like a giant interlocking puzzle, keeping the track perfectly aligned no matter how many trains pass over it. But holding the track in place is just the beginning. Ballast also drains water. Train tracks are exposed to rain, snow, and flooding every single day. If water collected under the tracks, it would soften the ground underneath. The track would sink unevenly, causing dangerous dips and bumps at high speed. The irregular angular shape of ballast stones is not random. Those jagged edges create thousands of tiny gaps between the stones. Water flows straight through and drains away instantly. Smooth round pebbles would not work. They would pack too tightly and trap the water. The roughness is the feature. The third job of ballast is absorbing vibration. Every time a train passes, the track shakes violently. That vibration, if transferred directly into the ground, would damage the surrounding soil, loosen the track fastenings, and cause the rails to crack over time. Ballast acts like a giant shock absorber. The stones shift microscopically under each train, absorbing the energy and distributing it across a wider area. This is why after heavy train traffic workers have to come and tamp the ballast back into position, pushing it back under the sleepers to restore the cushioning effect. It is a living, breathing engineering system. Here is something most people never think about. Ballast also stops plants from growing through the track. If vegetation grew between the sleepers, it would push them apart, destabilize the track, and create serious safety hazards. The weight and density of ballast makes it almost impossible for plant roots to establish themselves. Combined with occasional herbicide treatment, ballast keeps the track clear of any biological interference. Nature constantly tries to reclaim railway tracks. Ballast is the first line of defense, stopping it from doing so. Now here is the part that will genuinely surprise you. Not all tracks use ballast. Modern high-speed rail lines like those in Japan, France, and China increasingly use something called a slab track. Instead of stones, the rails sit on a continuous concrete slab. Slab tracks are more expensive to build, but require almost zero maintenance. They are smoother, quieter, and can handle speeds above 300 kilometers per hour. But here is the catch. If something goes wrong with a slab track, it is extremely difficult and expensive to repair. Ballast, on the other hand, can be replaced stone by stone. Sometimes the old solution is still the best one. So next time you stand at a train station and look down at those grey stones, remember, they are not decoration. They are not leftover gravel. They are one of the most carefully engineered components of the entire railway system, holding everything together, draining water,